Hey guys, it's Old Light. Today I'm going to show you a void build. This is my favorite build. I still use it. It just absolutely kicks ass. It's easy to use. The loop's really easy. You don't have to absorb any detail if you don't want to. You can just go out there and have some fun with it. I've tried this video 3 times today. I've stuffed it up each time, so I've had to start again. My partner's due home any minute, so now I'm under the pump. So if I stammer a bit, just bear with me. She'll come home and go, you're on the PS5 again. What are you doing? Wasting your time away talking to those other idiots? Actually, she doesn't talk like that. She's younger than me. Um, she'd be really insulted if she heard that. So hopefully she won't watch this video. Shit happens. Yeah, so just doing these videos, you know, potentially for new lights and maybe old lights that the skill level's not up to scratch or still learning. Um, like I've said before, I'm 70 and I played the game just basically for years before I tried to learn it properly, and um, that's taken me a long while. And I'm by no means an expert on the game. You're all the most skillful. Like in PvP, I might as well just stand in my living room and kick my own ass because I'm hopeless at PvP. PvP is not my shtick. Like you go in there, I walk 2 meters, I'm dead. Where the fuck do these people come from? I don't see them. Anyway, yeah, PvE is where I sit. So I'm going to nail this video right now. So just, again, bear with me. Um, yeah, the build's great for ad clear, but it also great against, tankier opponents because it weakens them and damages them to some degree, and you can just finish them off with your weapons, perhaps. So just the most important things to remember in this is stick to your loop, gather orbs. Don't forget to do that. Um, if you know all this stuff, just ignore what I'm saying here. But this is for people that might be, just new to the game. And get your armor mods right, but that's up to you. But I would stick to the ones I suggest for now. Um, and we'll run through it now. If you're looking at my outfit and you think, you know what, she looks a little bit wide in the hips. Now, I'm not making judgments here. That's fine. But Bungie, let's have some symmetry. How about some wide shoulders? And then we'll have some symmetry. What's wrong with that? Narrow the hips or widen the shoulders. Narrow the hips or widen the shoulders. Choose a fucking lane, Bungie. I'm like, I take a lot of time with my outfits and stuff. And anyway, I better stop talking about it. Okay, so we'll go through my weapons first. I use I usually use Mint Retrograde because it's such a great gun, but sometimes you run out of ammo. So I'm going with All or Nothing, which is another strand weapon, pulse rifle, also really good. Choir of One goes without saying. This is an absolute weapon of a weapon. It's void, um, fires extended range heavy caliber projectiles. If you aim down the sights, it deals more precision damage. It's a great gun. No, it goes without saying. I've got Hammerhead, which is also an excellent void machine gun. Look, you don't need to use all void weapons, but it does help with Devour, which I'll explain later. I sometimes use 21% delirium, as I've mentioned in the past, because it's so easy to get ammo for it. It overloads whenever you run over a green or a purple brick. It overloads the magazine, but yeah, today we'll just use a void because it's a void build. We'll come back to maybe we'll come back to the mods. Okay, so some of these are the usual suspects for me. Healing Rift, I pretty much always use. Balanced Glide rather than the more individual ones. You've got to use Pocket Singularity because it's the only one we've got. Um, it shoots a ball of void energy and pushes your targets away. Sometimes it kills them. It's very handy if one's coming at you and it's really close. Um, and Scatter Grenade. You could probably use, another grenade maybe uh, Axiom Bolt, but yeah, no, you can't. Actually, you can't. Yeah, so you got to use scatter grenade. The aspects of Feed the Void and Chaos Accelerant. Now, Chaos Accelerant gives you an extra scatter grenade. That's basically what you need to know about that aspect. Feed the Void. If you defeat a target with a Void ability, you get Devour. And especially if you kill an enemy, it restores health and grants grenade energy and extends the Devour. So this is your loop. Because you now grenades, when they linked into these aspects, any of the benefits of the aspects are counted as 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 grenades. Sorry, I'm stammering there. So it's very important that you get devour, but it's in that loop. You throw the grenade, you kill something, you get devour, you get your life, your health back, and so on, and it's like a loop. Um, yeah, so I won't go into too much more detail with that. Echo of Instability is one of your first fragments. Defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. So we've got two void weapons. Volatile rounds explode when you shoot the bad guys, and it pierces shields of barrier champions too. Not that we need to worry about that today. Um, Echo of Undermining, your void grenades weaken targets, so that just means, an extra benefit to grenades. Echo of Harvest, defeating weakened targets creates an orb of power and a void breach. Self-explanatory. And Echo of Expulsion, void ability, finder blows cause targets to explode. Always a good thing when you're throwing a void grenade out, or using your void weapons, obviously. Okay, so now to explain things a bit more around devouring your grenades, the the crux of this is the exotic we're using is nothing manacles. Um, so that gives you another scatter grenade. So you get one from your aspect, you got one already, and you get a third one here. So that's three of these grenades, which gives you a hell of a lot of power, a hell of a lot of killing power. So using that simple loop, you are smashing the enemy, seriously. Sometimes the tankier ones you got to finish off, with your weapons, but man, it is a absolute slam. So the armor mods for gauntlets, grenade font, collecting orb of power causes you to gain an armor charge. Now, I'm not going to go into armor charges because they're a whole chapter in themselves. Just trust me with this one. I've got two of those, and but armor charge gives you some benefits, but it's got a lot of synergistic things. Fastball increases grenade throw distance, so it's just handy because you might need to, if you're on a big battlefield, you might need to throw it a long way, and you can throw it where you can hardly see the enemies, and then you can just see all these, void balls going out, linking in, and then linking in again. It's like, it's a lot of fun. If you've already done this, just go away now. Might be a good idea. No, I'm not saying you should do that. Stay here, listen anyway. Listen to an idiot describe it. Um, in the chest, we've got ammo generation for void weapons. I've got two of those void. Um, because we've got two, void weapons, and the machine gun doesn't always, you know, you can run out of ammo sometimes. That's just a benefit. And then I've got arc resistance because I know where I'm going. There's some enemies that use arc, but you can put any of the resistance, mods on there depending on where you're playing. So them legs replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of power, recuperation that is. So you're generating orbs, you drop them, you pick them up. That's that little loop. You pick up health each time you run over an orb of power. Also collecting orb of power gives you an armor charge again. Not going into too much explanation of that. Recuperation replenishes health, same as the other one. So if you do get stuck for health for any reason, because you've thrown your free grenades, your last one doesn't kill anything, you don't get grenade back, just run around and pick up orbs and you get some health back. And then the last one is a bond. Powerful attraction. automatically picks up orbs of power when you activate your class ability, your healing rift. So it just sucks them all in and picks them up automatically for you. Collecting orb of power causes you to gain a temporary armor charge again, and also the benefit of that is finishes heal you 100%. So if you kill someone with a finisher, you get healed completely. And time dilation, your armor charge just has longer duration. Now, armor charges are really important, but I'm not going to go into the detail about them, like I said, because it just gets confusing right now. Just trust me and give this a shot before you start looking into the absolute intricacies of it. Okay, so the stats that you need, most importantly, grenade stat. If you can get that up to 200, that's great. But like in most things, I'm just leaping into these videos stupidly without going around and, looking at the different armor and seeing if I can, one that might have a particularly high armor level and pushing it in there to push it up to 200, but there you go. And then I got a bit high on weapons to get that reload speed and handling and some extra damage. I probably should have got the super up a bit higher, but you can pick up your super by collecting orbs and stuff. It is what it is. So try and get your super up a bit higher if you can for this one. Okay, I think that is all, isn't it? So what I'm going to do now is go down to, just got to get to it first. I'm going to go to Neptune. We're going to do a lost sector. It's a fairly, there's a lot of enemies in a restricted area, which suits those grenades really well. If there's a lot of enemies in a small arena, you chuck a grenade in amongst them. The seekers don't have to go out far to make kills. So this one, it takes you a little while to go through, unless you've got, a really good build. If you just went in there with your weapons, it would take you a while because there's a lot to kill. Got my little motorbike today because, bam, oh, it didn't get killed. Just because it looks funny. But it handles like a freaking push bike. I've been using those sort of hoverboard things since they came in, and I wouldn't use anything else normally. They're just so good. Handle really well, look cool. You can do tricks if you want to. Not that you get sick of them pretty quick. Yeah, this just looks funny. Like, check it out, man. So funny. Well, I think it's funny. I'm not going to go there. Maybe I will. This gives you, oh yeah, this is a really good demonstration. Might not need that last sector. You can kill a lot of shit with. Oh, it might nearly be over, which is a bummer. Oh no, here we go. See how many guys there are down there. Watch it seek them out. Bam. Bam. And again. And again. Just decimating everything. Now I keep getting my grenades back because I'm getting so many kills. And I'm getting a lot of health too, but you do still have to be careful you don't get someone snipe you. More guys there. Some down there. Yeah. Probably come over here and grab these guys, I would say. Yep. There you go. Some more. So you can imagine, even in a tricky sort of a tricky engagement, anywhere really, these grenades are excellent. They're good for ad clear, but like I said, they'll damage almost anything. Oh shit. That'll give me some health. There you go. You could just do this forever. This is a particularly enemy-ridden area. So much around. You don't have to get it real close to them because they'll seek out. Shoot that, yeah. There you go. So go down a bit further. These guys are a bit harder to kill, but it still does a lot of damage to them. Oh yeah, it's not that hard here, I suppose. Trying to turn around so you can see the damage it's doing. You can see it's pretty busy here, but I haven't had to use my... I don't think we need to go anywhere else. That's a pretty good demonstration. I don't want to keep these videos too long. And also, the missus is due home any minute. Look out. Not that I'm scared. I don't care, you know. I wear the pants. Yeah, I wear the pants, man. Don't you worry. Was that her? Shit. No, I'm joking. She's very reasonable. Okay. So... if you like this video or it's helped you in any way, and I haven't confused you more than you were already, because I would think I will get better at these videos as time go by, but I think I'm still a bit confusing, which I'm trying to make it simple. So, yep. But if you like the video, like or subscribe. And I'm going to do one more of these as a warlock. I'm going to do a strand, which is really fun. You'll love that. Very easy to use as well. Strand build, and after that I'll try and up the power on my hunter and do some hunter builds maybe, but I'm going to do some other videos too because I don't have a lot on at the moment, to be honest. Got to keep myself busy. So this is Old Light out.